Today you're going to hear about 5 reasons why I hate Google Ads, and you're going to want to stick around and hear reason number 1 because it might surprise you. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Mike Mancini, founder of ppcvideotraining.com. I'm a Google Ads agency owner, entrepreneur, and coach. So you're probably wondering, as an agency owner for Google Ads, why do I start a video out with saying I hate Google Ads? And this is more of a rant, and I'm sure a lot of people can sympathize with some of these things that I'm talking about. There are times when Google makes it extremely hard to do business with them, and I'm going to get into those right now. Number 5, Google Ads Express. I understand that Google wants to get people involved in their products and using their systems. The problem is, I've yet to find anyone that's been really profitable with this system. The problem is that Google has all of these tools, and I completely understand that they want to get people using it and experience with it and then give them more options. The problem is it's so difficult to have a profitable campaign using just Google Ads Express. The best analogy for Google Ads Express is like giving somebody a bicycle when you have a Ferrari available. Google Ads offers way more opportunities for you to trim your budgets or to make them more profitable or add negative keywords and bid adjustments and all of these different things that Google Ads Express does not. And for me, as an agency owner, when I talk to people, they're like, well, I tried Google Ads Express, I've spent $3,000 on it, and I can't remember if I even got a single lead. That is a frustrating thing to try and overcome. And those users may have spent a lot more money with Google if it had been profitable for them. So those are the reasons why I can't stand Google Ads Express. Number 4, the system suggestions. Every time I open up Google Ads, regardless of the campaign or account I'm working in, up in the upper right-hand corner, there is that little bell notification with an icon that says, you know what, you have 1 or 2 suggestions. The problem with those suggestions is anybody that's been working in Google Ads for a while can tell you that 90% of the time the suggestions are just wrong. The AI of the system should be able to determine that, you know what, if Google Ads wants this campaign to be profitable, adding 400 more keywords to a campaign that's only got a $400 a month budget is probably not going to be a wise idea. And some of those keywords, if you would add them in there, they are broad match suggestion keywords, meaning they are going to pull 1 million searches from 1 million different places, and those are the 1 million searches that you don't want to be paying for. On top of that, sometimes the budget suggestions are absolutely horrible. I can spend 10% more of my budget and get 1 more click? That really makes no sense if I've got a $500 a month budget and my clicks are running, $2. Let's see, spend $50 more to get an extra $2 click. Once again, makes no sense to me. So that's number 4, the Google Ad suggestions. Number 3, they don't let us know what's coming up next. Now, there are instances and times when, of course, they do. They have to. Such as back in 2018, when the new Google Ads interface was coming, they had to put it in beta, they had to figure out if there were problems with it, and they had to, get feedback and give us an idea of what's coming. And that was great. They actually gave us so much time to get used to it, and while it still was a learning curve, the fact that they gave us that much time to learn it was absolutely awesome. However, there are a lot of changes that they make in the system, and the system literally just pops it up one day. I'll be literally going through looking for something that I knew where to find the day before, and it just isn't there anymore. Now, there are certain times when Google will give us a heads up. With that said, 90% of the education I get about Google Ads is not from Google. It is usually keeping up with what's being written about them and other people in the industry, such as industry blogs, industry experts, and so on. That brings me to number 2 of why I hate Google Ads, the support or lack thereof. So yes, this does tie a little bit into number 3 about the fact that maybe we don't necessarily get the updates that we should as agency owners, people who are promoting Google Ads. But the support that we receive when it comes to issues with campaigns, issues with accounts, issues with anything at all, the support is very lacking. Now, if you were to call the Google Ads number because you've got an account that's spending a couple $100s a month and you need help, you are going to be forwarded to someone who either has a hard time understanding what you're talking about, or just does not understand how the system works. They are given a script. I'm almost convinced of this, that they are given a script that says, if they ask this, say this. If they ask this, say this. The problem with that is half the time when it says say this, it's wrong. I've called in before and I have an actual account manager, somebody that I usually can get a hold of, the same person every time, that knows my business, that knows my campaigns, that can help me. And if they can't, they know where to go get the answers. And sometimes those people have been amazing. But the problem with that is that usually when you get somebody who's really, really good, after a few months, that person is promoted and you are given someone else. Sometimes the people that have been given to us as account managers are literally people, I think, that they just came out of school and they have absolutely no idea how Google Ads works. I've gone to them before and said, listen, I have a problem with an account. We can't figure out where this money is going. We're wondering if this is account fraud, so on and so forth. And they have absolutely no idea where to find that answer. And they're giving me just cookie cutter answers when I'm not just somebody who's sitting here asking, questions saying, this didn't work, I want my money back. Over the years, we have brought millions of dollars of ad spend to Google. We are trying to make the system better. We are trying to help. It's extremely frustrating when Google does not make it easy for us to send them more money. And the number one reason why I hate Google Ads is they're calling my clients. There are times when my clients will call me and say, why is Google calling me? And these aren't the spam calls that you get about your Google business listing. That is just a total scam, right? If somebody's calling you about your Google business listing, that is not Google. Chances are it's a scam, hang up. But these are people that are calling them about their Google Ads accounts. These are representatives from Google that give them identifying information about their Google Ads accounts. It is a legitimate call. With that said, why is Google calling my clients? I brought these clients to Google and said, here, we're going to take their money and give it to you because you provide a valuable service. It gets them leads and business, and we're going to manage it for them. But sometimes these representatives from Google will call my clients and give them suggestions about their accounts. Number one, they don't care about those suggestions because they don't want to run their Google Ads. That's why they hired us as an agency to do it for them. Number two, because they don't care about it, they don't understand what you're talking about. And number three, half the time the suggestions coming from Google to my clients are the silly, stupid suggestions that we just talked about as number three thing that we hate about Google were the bad suggestions. They're suggestions about upping budgets, 20% to get 5% more clicks. And as a Google Ads agency owner, I find that extremely frustrating. Now, with that said, this is me on a rant as a Google Ads agency owner. These are just some of my frustrations. As with any huge system like Google Ads, there are going to be things that maybe just don't work right. Hopefully they will hear some of these complaints because I'm not the only one giving them. These are things that every agency owner I talk to is frustrated with. But we also make our livings presenting Google products to clients. It works great for everybody. Google gets paid money to advertise, clients get leads, and we make a living off of brokering this whole deal as well as managing these ads, setting them up, so on and so forth, so it works for everyone. So coming out here in the near future, I'm coming out with another video called 5 Reasons Why I Love Google Ads. If it's available, you can click the little button in the upper right-hand corner. That will take you right to it. So are you also frustrated with Google Ads for the reasons I talked about, or are you frustrated for any other reasons? Do us a favor, leave us a comment below. Let us know exactly where your frustrations lie. And if you like this video, do us a favor, hit the like button below and subscribe to our channel, and also hit that little bell icon and you'll be notified when we release new videos each and every week. And if you want to see more videos about Google Ads, over on the right hand side, you'll see some of our more popular videos as well as some suggestions. Hope they help. Thanks for coming. We'll see you next time.